Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201. And on today's episode, bonus episode, we're going to talk about, did the college football committee get it right? Obviously, as you know, the college football committee either did right or did wrong. I personally think they did wrong. I do not believe Alabama should be in the college football playoffs. And I say this as a person who's a huge fan of Caitlin Collins and the Alabama football team. Mind you, I am in New Jersey, where I did not attend a college with a college football team. So I am just viewing this as a fan. I do not understand the rivalry. I like the 12-team system. I am also very upset that it's not really the 12 best teams. It is the 10 best teams plus two play-ins, because the entire situation where Miami could have been left out, but fucking Tulane University and JMU are both in the playoffs is ridiculous. Now, I am glad they did change the rule compared to last year, because if this was last year, right, Tulane or JMU would have gotten the bye. And we just saw how ridiculous that was last year with the Arizona State University situation. So I am glad the four best teams did get the bye, which was Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas. Texas Tech, right? Yeah. So there we go with this. Now, look, people say the championship game shouldn't count for the college football committee. But what's interesting is that BYU was ranked 12th, right? And had BYU won their game, they would have been in both via auto bid and rank. So you can't pick and choose when these games matter. Alabama had Alabama lost a close game, similar to how Ohio State lost, right? Ohio State lost only by 3 points, so you're not gonna ding them at all, right? 1 and 2, the swap is perfectly fine. But Alabama lost by 21 points. This is where I understand Notre Dame not playing in a conference really fucks them over, and if Notre Dame maybe Notre Dame should be in the ACC or whatever, just to prove they're a competent team, and they would have maybe more ranked room wins in the whole situation. I'm a firm believer Notre Dame and Miami should have been it, but we have Alabama and Miami. I am just glad that Miami made it in, because I think Miami, while it may be 10, I think they're number 6, right? I agree the top 4 are the top 4 and Oregon is 5, but I think with the Lane Kiffin situation, w I think Ole Miss is probably going it'd be hilarious if Ole Miss lose to fucking Tulane on on December 20th. It is quite interesting, though, the times of these games. I mean, they start at noon, December 20th, right? That's Saturday. But whatever. Here we go. This is the situation we're in. And people are, angry that that Bama's in over Notre Dame, because Notre Dame did start 0 and lost their first 2 games. And obviously Miami did beat Notre Dame while Notre Dame was ranked and the whole thing. I know what's it called? The Longhorns are very upset they missed the playoffs. Look, I wish Arch Manning was in the playoffs, but a lot of shit didn't go the correct way 2 weeks ago to jump them all the way high enough to do it, but Tulane and JMU being in is fucking stupid, and we need to make it that it is the best 12 teams that are in the playoffs, not the best 10 plus 2 auto bids, because Tulane and JMU getting blown out by fucking 50-0 or whatever the fuck it's gonna be in 2 weeks is just embarrassing. It would have been more hilarious, though, like, if Duke got in, because Duke won the ACC championship, and with the bullshit rules, as well as they won, they should have been in, but whatever with the committee. I think they got it partially right. Okay, I'm glad Miami is in. I would have been so fucking mad if Miami was not in, because I think Miami will fucking, what is it called? Miami should be able I think Miami can beat A&M, and then Miami can get crushed by Ohio State, right? Because that seems to be what is gonna happen. It is what it is, though, right? It will be hilarious, though, if Tulane upsets Ole Miss. I think Oklahoma better fucking blow out Alabama, because if Alabama does beat Oklahoma and then Alabama beats Indiana, either way, I think Indiana and Ohio State are gonna re-meet in the national championship, just because They are clearly the 2 best teams, and it is what it is. I don't think they got it right. I think next year they have to make it the legitimate 1 through 12, whatever it is, and the bonus games need to be factored in, not pick and choose when they're factored in. Whatever. Here's hoping Arch Manning wins the title next year, okay? And maybe the Heisman next year.